In this episode, we find the perfect sporty vehicle for a 22-year-old.
Single cab bakkies under the 300,000 Rand mark come up against each other.
And we share key tips on how to maintain a diesel engine.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Guide. Every week, we try to provide you with useful advice, whether it relates to buying, selling, or maintaining a vehicle. If you have a question for the team, you can send an email to buyersguide@ignitiontv.co.za and contain as much information as possible, as well as a nice picture of yourself.
And joining us in studio to help resolve those troubling automotive issues, Michael Pursuit from Change Cars, and new to Buyer's Guide, Bongani Moropa from Santa Fire Motoring. Is that good?
That's good.
Welcome.
Nice to have you. Welcome.
Thank you
Nice
for
to have
having
you.
me.
Thanks for joining us. Mike, once again.
Mike, once again. All right, let's get into our first question, which comes from Ashlyn, a 22-year-old. He's looking for a sporty and powerful car within a budget of 200,000 Rand. Ashlyn has a 2010 Hyundai i10 2-litre with 270,000 kilometers on the clock and is interested in a Mercedes W205. Ashlyn is seeking advice and suggestions on a good choice that fits within his budget. You new to the show, go, Bongani.
It sounds like Ashlyn's looking for a headache. If your budget is 150 to 200,000 Rand, the last place you want to go is a used German C-Class. It might be easy to get into, but I think ultimately every car goes through wear and tear. And at that price point, you've got a high mileage option in your hands, and it's bound to give you a problem of some sort. And it might be easy to buy, but maintaining is going to be significantly more expensive.
I think if you've got a budget of 150 to 200,000 Rand, go along to a poor mechanic, give him that money, because you'll actually be saving yourself a whole lot of money.
Yeah, just give him that money and
Mike,
stay with your
make
Hyundai.
him happy. Will you buy a W205 for under 200,000 Rand?
Short answer, long answer. Short answer, no. Long answer's got a couple
No, don't do it.
Don't do that.
of capital F's in front of it. What you've just said, I wish could become a mission statement. Every single day we get this. Why? 150 to 200,000 Rand. There's incredible, on paper, options within the German marks. Audi, BMW,
Mercedes.
All of these wonderful cars. You said it'll give you a headache. I said you'll go from a headache to a migraine. Don't do it at all. What is the right option? 200,000. Something a little bit sporty. What Japanese car is going to work for
It's
you?
very difficult to find in that sort of price range something that's sporty. You've got an i30, the 2-litre version. They're not a sporty car, but it's got a bit more voomer than like a 1.2 or 1.4.
And also Hyundai Veloster. What will they be going for today?
Most probably a bit more than the 200 mark.
200
yeah.
mark.
But that will be a good, reliable car.
Yeah.
That will last. It won't give you half the problems that a German car could. Difficult to find, but a nice car.
But I'd still ask him to look at an older Suzuki Sport, Suzuki Swift Sport.
Yeah, if you can find...
If you can find one that's not pulled through that would be the ideal car.
200,000 Rand doesn't buy you many sporty cars.
True.
The problem is the price of the cars have gone through the roof, so second-hand cars are a lot more expensive. To find something 200,000 that's sporty is so difficult.
How about a Golf 5 GTI?
Yeah, but it's trashed.
Yeah, I know. You'd never
You
buy
see,
this GTI.
that's the response I was expecting.
Yeah.
So he's going to get nothing sporty
Yeah.
in the 200,000.
Normally I wouldn't recommend a Renault, but if you came across the right
Artis.
sporty Renault from the previous owner who's an older guy, because a lot of those cars were bought by older guys, low risk car, maybe it hasn't been hammered, that's a nice car.
Problem is, again, Mike, if you find one of those, you won't buy at that price because there are the Renault guys there that if it comes up for sale and it's a good, clean
They
one,
want it.
Yeah.
somebody will pay a little bit of a premium. 200,000 Rand, unfortunately, is not going to get you anything sporty. If you want a Mercedes for that kind of money, or an Audi or a BMW, you're getting something with fairly high mileage. You're not going to look at a W205. You may be looking at a W203, or a W204. But the expense of maintaining those vehicles, unfortunately, it's that whole story of beer money and champagne taste.
Ashlyn should keep his 150 to 200K and just keep his i30 and take care of it. Put
Maintain
some
it.
money in there, put some of that money he wants to spend on a new car,
Not a bad idea.
stick it into his i30.
Fully paid up.
It's fully paid up,
270,000 Ks.
and it's done 270,000 Ks.
Yeah,
it's
but-
given him trouble-free motoring.
How much more can you do after 270,000?
Plenty. He's got all this money to splash out.
You can put a new engine in, yeah.
No?
Okay, so now, in our opinion, unfortunately, you don't have the budget to buy something that's really sporty and that's going to be good for you, because you can spend that money on it, and it's going to give you nothing but trouble.
It's going to be bad for you.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. Okay, our next question is from Bruce, a student with a 200,000 Rand budget. He wants a new fuel-efficient car with trusted brand with a maintenance plan. He's also open to low-mileage demo models if they offer good value. His current options include the Kia Picanto, Hyundai Grand i10, and here's a strange one, a four-door smart car.
That's not
smart.
a very smart option.
He's seeking advice on which is the best with balance of reliability, value, and of course, backup and support. Bongani?
I like what you said when you said it's not a very good option. I mean, how many smart cars do you see on the road today? I think the market doesn't lie.
I didn't even know they were around. Honestly, I didn't even know they were around.
I think they're all
with you.
squashed between the truck. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but you got remember the four-door one, which was based on the what is it, some Mitsubishi or whatever. But anyway, the smart one, take your black Koki and
Just scratch it out
scrap
inside.
it. Forget it.
Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer, sign on the dotted line, Hyundai i10 Grand, unbelievable car.
Great little
A
car.
little bit more than 200 if he's
Yeah.
going brand new,
Slightly more expensive.
but unbelievable choice. It will last as long as he needs it to last. Relatively low risk. I mean, I don't think they're stealing Hyundais, are they?
Bruce,
Compared to
They'll
Polos.
steal
go
anything.
do a deal
Steal
on a
anything.
Suzuki Swift.
Yeah, I think a Swift is also a great option.
Yeah. But I mean, just since we're in this segment, how big is the difference between a Picanto and an i10?
It's the
in
same
terms of
car.
What you're
Yeah.
getting.
It's
Do you get what I'm
just
saying?
looks.
Yeah, slightly different.
Mechanically, it's the same thing. They're both
Yeah.
either 1 litre or 1.2.
Which looks do you prefer?
I actually prefer the i10. I prefer the i10 in terms of driving. But the Picanto is also, it's not a bad car. A couple of other things you can throw in there in this sort of price range. Ford Figo.
Yeah.
You can buy a Ford Figo, the basic 1.5, and the Fiesta also in that price range. If you buy the basic 1.4, 1.5, 1.6s, don't buy any of the 1 litre EcoBoost engines. Polo, I know there's a theft risk, but if you like a Polo, the Vivo is really good. In
Yeah.
terms the Vivo. And then back to Suzuki, a Celerio. But i10, you've got to put on the list, and it's worthwhile a buy. It's a good, reliable, cheap car to maintain, fuel efficient, relatively spacious, and a great entry-level car.
The Swift
thing-
is always spoken about.
Yeah.
Why is the Celerio not spoken about? That is a good car. Didn't even enter my mind, but it's a great car.
Yeah, because it's a basic one. It comes in a 1 litre. So if you're going to go buy a Grand i10, look for the 1.2. That little bit of extra power just makes a difference.
Oh, instead of Celerio, you should look at the Vitz, Toyota Vitz.
Which is a Celerio.
Okay.
Also very nice.
Adam always has something smart.
Yep.
Stay tuned, because after the break, single cab bakkies under the 300,000 Rand mark come up against each other.
And we go in search of an SUV that's suitable for towing. Welcome back to Buyer's Guide. Colin is looking for a reliable, fuel-efficient, used single-cab bakkie under 300,000 Rand to tow mobile trailers for his business. He's considering the Mahindra pickup, Mitsubishi Triton, and the GWM P-Series, but excludes the L14, doesn't want Isuzu, and Toyota due to we know what reasons they get stolen. He's open to other safe, practical options and seeks advice on the best buy. Mike, bakkies in this sort of region, what do you think of them?
34 years in the trade. If you had asked me about Mahindra a year ago, I
You'd have said no.
definitive no.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a big, big fan.
Yeah.
We had the pleasure of testing the one-ton Mahindra. It is a one bakkie that does exactly what it's designed to do. It's not faking it.
Yeah.
The P-Series, the exact opposite. For this gentleman, I wouldn't discount the Isuzu, but I would discount the P-Series, and I would go for the Mahindra and the Isuzu for me.
Why would you discount the P-Series?
I find the P-Series very, very soft,
Yeah.
and I do not trust that vehicle long term. Looks good, goes well, but a one-ton bakkie is fundamentally a workhorse.
Yeah.
If you sit in a one-ton P-Series, it does not look like
But
a
Mike,
workhorse to
Mike,
me.
let's give it a chance, though.
Yeah.
It hasn't been here long enough for us
let
to
somebody
make
else
a judgment
let somebody
call.
else be the guinea pig. The Mahindra's proved itself.
We don't know what trailer he wants to tow. So how big is that trailer? So I could say to you, go out and buy a GWM Steed 2 litre single cab bakkie,
Excellent.
brand new out of the, if you want a basic bakkie, brand new out of the box, in your budget. But is it powerful enough to tow your trailer? Is it a 1.5 ton, 3 ton, 4 ton trailer? If it's something that a big trailer and you need to tow, then you buy the Mahindra because it comes in a 2.5 or 2.3, whatever.
Adam, we need to first determine the size and weight of the trailer,
Yeah.
because we don't know which of these vehicles will suit his towing capabilities.
Yeah.
Because some of these vehicles only have a 3,000 kilogram towing capacity, some have a 1,500 kilogram towing capacity. So he needs to tell us with the size of his trailer before we can say Mahindra, Ford, microwave, whatever.
Not us. He needs to go to the dealer. Say to the dealer, listen, I'm towing a 1.5 ton or a 10 ton thing. Will this work?
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to have a look at.
But I think also we could sort of deduce the kind of size that he's trailing based on the fact that he's looking to pull mobile toilets and fridges. It's not necessarily that big, and I don't think that should
Have
be.
you seen the size of mobile toilets?
I have.
Especially after one of Seggy's.
Yes, yeah. Oh, man.
All
We need like a 4-ton trailer.
Go and have a look at the GWM Steed, because it's a very basic vehicle and you don't need all the bells and whistles on something that you just want to schlep something somewhere, and it'll work for you.
And no hijack risk.
But for
cheap-
300,000, you'll get a brand new one.
Brand new one.
Yes.
That is what counts. here.
Online, brand new, and remember you'll get that good warranty that comes with it as well, and you must probably get a service plan with it. So you're not going to spend anything for, let's say, the next 2 years in that car. The only thing you're going to chuck in it is fuel.
Okay.
That's my advice.
Sounds
Use
good.
it, don't use it.
Are you done?
I'm done. Finish rambling.
Right, our next question is from 61-year-old Lloyd. He's looking to replace his 2020 VW Tiguan with an SUV to keep for 10 years. He drives 10,000 kilometers annually and tows a small caravan on gravel roads. He's considering the Mazda CX-60, Audi Q5, Volvo XC60, and the Isuzu MU-X. He seeks the most reliable option with good resale value and wonders how GWM compares. You notice, gentlemen, GWM is coming out quite often, and people are looking at the Chinese vehicles as an option.
GWM are doing an exceptional job of
Value.
marketing. They're in people's faces in a good way. In this particular case, discount the Audi, and I'm a huge Audi fan.
Yeah.
But you're going to be taking that car off-road, not for you. The
Go off-road
Volvo,
once, and then you'll tow it in.
correct. The Volvo, not bad.
Same story though.
But the MU-X there, absolutely, again and again, is my unhesitating choice.
yeah. What do you think, Bongani?
I actually quite like the CX-60, but before we get to that, I would discontinue the Q5 for a different reason. I feel like you're overpaying.
Yeah.
If you look at the highest trim CX-60 versus the highest trim Q5 40 TDI, there's what, a 200,000 rand difference? And what are you getting out of it?
2-liter TDI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're getting, is a 2-liter diesel engine. I quite like that CX-60. I think for the option where you're towing, you're getting a 3.3-liter big 6-cylinder engine with lots of torque, tremendous amount of spec. And the other thing with that CX-60 is you come standard with a 5-year warranty.
Unlimited kilometers.
Unlimited kilometers. Look, he only does 10,000 k's a year, so it doesn't really. But in the next 5 years, again, your costs of ownership is zero.
Yeah.
If you're towing the thing and something blows up or whatever, it's covered. Everything.
And he can extend that to 7, isn't it?
You must. I think you can extend it to 7.
Yeah.
Another one I'd throw in there if you want like a premium SUV, because it sounds like that from Audi, Volvo, things like that, and you want to tow. BMW X3, not the latest quirky looking one, the previous generation.
Yeah.
2-liter diesel or 3-liter diesel, plenty torque in that engine, plenty features, and it would go off-road as well, because you can get the X-Drive, which is the all-wheel drive version. And there you can pick up one of those in the region of about 700 to 900 grand, depending on the spec level.
But he wants to keep it for
Great
10
option.
years.
Yeah.
How's he going to do that with a badly made wheelbarrow?
No, but it's a 2-liter diesel. You know, those things last for a long
Forever,
time.
yeah.
And you're doing 10,000 k's a year. So in 10 years, it's only done 100,000 k's. Again, comes with a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer motor plan. Anything breaks on it, it's done.
But all of these vehicles can go off-road. They're all all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But only the Isuzu, in my opinion, is designed for this application. An X1 and X3 and X5, they can go off-road.
Yeah.
They're not designed for this application. When you're towing an off-road trailer or caravan off-road, those roads can get pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Do you want your German car rattling itself apart?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
That's
You
an
know,
option.
I want to just point something out. Everybody's raving about the Isuzu MU-X.
Yeah.
But when it came in a trailblazer fashion, nobody even spoke about it.
No, it didn't get marketed well because it had a Chevy badge. Okay, I'm going to cut you guys short here because we're running out of time. We're going to take a short break, but when we get back, we discuss the long-term ownership prospects of a VW Polo.
And we share key tips on how to maintain a diesel engine. Hello and thank you for tuning in to Buyer's Guide. Grant owns a manual 2018 VW Polo with 110,000 kilometers on the clock. It's nearly paid off and serviced regularly with no major issues. He's considering keeping it for a few more years to avoid high current car prices. He wants to know if this model is reliable long-term and what preventative maintenance to plan for. Advice on longevity and cost-effective upkeep would be much appreciated. Bongani?
Listen, I think the VW Polo is the people's champ for a very real reason. My father had one, and I think my older brother had one, and I plan on buying one too. And you can basically drive these things until the wheels fall off. If anything, just look out for the normal wear and tear stuff. Stay ahead of your preventative maintenance. Make sure that, you know, your flywheel, belts, all that sort of stuff is good. Lubricate your engine. No, they're great cars. You know, there's a reason why.
This is the 1 liter. The vehicles are actually not bad at all. Solidly built. The 1 liter engine is not bad at all. Being turbocharged, always recommend shorten your service interval. So do the service every 10,000 kilometers with quality products. Maintain it properly, and you shouldn't really have too many issues with it. I actually quite like, I think the Vivo is the best of the lot. The little 1.4, 1.6 engine is solid, really doesn't give trouble, goes for a long time. The 1 liter turbo is not that bad. It's not a bad car, but being turbocharged, it prefers better maintenance. So you do your service every 10,000 Ks or once a year, whatever comes up first, and carry on driving it until somebody steals it.
But over and above that, I appreciate the fact that if something does go wrong, it won't be too expensive to fix.
No.
Those parts are quite readily available.
Yeah.
You don't have to hunt too much, and they're quite affordable too.
Just remember, diesel injectors and diesel parts are not as cheap as if it were.
But this is a petrol. It's a 1 liter Highline. It's a petrol.
Oh, it's a petrol.
It's a petrol.
But look at it from Grant's point of view. He wanted to know if it's wise to keep this. It's almost paid off. If he replaces it, let's assume he's going to go in the same price range, 200 to 250. There's going to be 5,000 to 6,500 rand a month on finance. He's got a car that's paid off. He's going to spend 20,000 rand a year maintaining this car.
Not even.
Correct.
Not even.
As opposed to
Maybe half that.
70,000 rand on HP to replace it. Keep it, keep it, keep it. If you do want to sell it, phone change cars. We'll buy it with pleasure.
The other thing to do is, like Mike quite rightly said, you've been paying for the car. So let's say, for argument's sake, you paid 5,000 rand a month. This is a financial sonar. If you're clever about it, you take your 5 grand that you haven't seen for the last 5-6 years anyway, and take that and shove it away into some sort of investment. So when your car needs a service, or it needs a 20,000 rand repair, fix it, dude. I got no money.
you actually developing your own service plan.
Yeah, you're doing your own service plan. Okay, we end off things with a question from Mbo. Recently purchased a 2019 Kia Sportage, and he's seeking advice on proper diesel engine maintenance. The car is primarily used for daily commuting, covering approximately 40-kilometer round trip. He has secured an extended service plan and warranty and would appreciate any guidance on maintaining the vehicle. Well, he's got that extended warranty, just the service plan, just do it. What do you think, Morgani?
Yeah, sounds good. But obviously, I mean, it being a diesel engine, there's things you can do to sort of prolong the life. You know, leave it to idle for a minute or two before taking off. After driving, leave it for a minute or two before turning it off. I know that with diesel engines, you're better off doing highway mileage instead of the usual stop and go. So if he's a bit more intentional about driving it, he should be fine with the extended service plan that he's got in place.
You know, the thing I found with diesels, if you just take it out on the highway every once in a while and give it a hard drive, it cleans out the DPF, the diesel particulate filter. It just cleans everything out. Do that every once in a while.
That car doesn't have one of those, so he's lucky. He's lucky.
But as Adam says, reduce the service intervals. You want it to last longer, reduce the service intervals, which is normally 15, reduce it to 10. Or even half that, 7.5.
He's got a service plan. And the problem with a lot of service plans, they say you can only service it as per
manufacturer spec.
So we'll do it every 15,000 Ks. That's fine if you do it like that. But if you can, shorten it to every 10,000 kilometers and just maintain it properly. And make sure that no petrol attendant or yourself or whatever puts petrol into the fuel tank.
You don't cocktail.
And we've seen that often.
That's anybody who says that's never happened to them is a liar.
Then I'm a liar.
So make sure you do that, and just properly maintain service on a regular basis. And they're good cars, and they should last a long time.
And with that wasn't a ramble, by the way, good advice. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's show. Thank you, Michael and Bongani, for joining us and for all your helpful tips and advice.
Thanks, guys. Until next time, please buckle up, stay safe, and keep out of the emergency lane.